West Nile too. There you go.
Israel many times. The whole country's a fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that is an IDF soldier, right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu is basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to lead. I'm not willing to go so far that saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here, but I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. Wow. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question.
from the Free Speech Studios. Deep within the city of Fountain, with over 4 years of satisfying the curious mind and looking damn sexy while doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, Phantom Fact Society.
Welcome, everyone, to September 12th, 2025. And it has been an interesting, sad, but surprising couple of days. We'll find out what old Chris May has to think about it joining the show from the dungeon in the mountains of, I forget what state, Tennessee, mountains of Tennessee. Let's bring him on. Chris May, everybody. How you doing there, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. So, May.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. What's going on?
Nothing. I just think I'm just taking in the last couple of days like the rest of us, right? Just trying to make heads or tails of it, I guess. I don't know. It's I don't know. Today's kind of weird. I mean, it was so weird that like we were, at least Twitter and everything was so worried that, the shooter was never going to be found with the Charlie Kirk thing and everything. And then how quick it was to accept that who the FBI and whatnot threw in our face that they, I don't know. It's interesting. And then with the, 9/11, it was just so, like, it was, I don't know. It's just like you said, it's been weird past couple days.
Initial reaction, did you hear about it first? Did someone text you? Did you get a video?
No, you were the first person.
I was the first one.
Yeah, and I was just sitting there, I don't know what I was doing. I was BSing or doing some stuff with the business, and then you sent me that link, and at first I opened it and nothing happened, and I was like, well, what the fuck, what are we doing? And then I had to like reopen it a couple times, and then saw it, and then it was everywhere, and I was just like, how many times can I watch this thing? It was different angles too. Like it was, man, it was, yeah, that was a rough one to witness.
Yeah, it certainly was. I was at work. One of the boys from Arkansas come running in. And as you go Hogs.
Woo, Pixley!
And he said Charlie Kirk's been shot, and he had the far away photo.
Oh.
And I was like, because you sort of saw his shirt ripple,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you sort of like, well, you can't really see anything from the far angle. And then, of course, in true Marine fashion, my Marine friend sent me one. He said, this dude didn't make it.
No.
And it's the one right up close where he loses so much blood within that just 2 seconds. Now, I think, now for me, not that shocking to see that, because I have been hacked into Telegram and have been receiving weekly updates from both the Russian and Ukrainian GoPro cameras. So, and there's some disturbing stuff on there to be seen. But
so to you, it's just like a Thursday.
Well, I knew he was dead.
Yeah.
I knew there was no way he made it to that hospital alive. There was no way he made it out of that chair alive.
No, yeah.
That guy
100%.
it ripped through his neck. High-powered rifle. And before we get into the conspiracy and the call to action and all this stuff that happens after Charlie Kirk's death, I just think that what did Charlie Kirk stand for? And it was all of his claim to fame was the ability to go to college campuses and respectfully debate people who were absolutely lunatics.
Yeah.
And in doing so, humanized them and brought reason to everyone watching.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two very valuable things. Because you are guilty of this as worse as the leftist is, and that is talking the most insane amount of shit about someone who doesn't agree with you. You know? And I think that was the beauty of Charlie Kirk, because he was able to be, he was in a way a spokesman to say, listen, I personally think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But I want to hear your argument. And they interviewed the kid that had was talking to him when he was shot.
Yep.
And that was the beauty of Charlie Kirk, was like he understood how statistics were manipulated, and the manipulation was used on college kids, and he was very easily able to unravel that, and in doing so unravel their argument without insulting them, without sure, there's a couple wisecracks he got in, but he never treated them as you can crack jokes at someone you love. You crack jokes at your people, your kids, your wife, your friends. You do that because it's a form of affection.
Yeah.
And that's the type of wisecracking jokes he would do at these college campuses. And it seemed when I was in my 20s, Ben Shapiro was doing this.
Oh, okay.
And he would.
God, how old is Ben?
He would tour college campuses. Well, I mean, that's like 2010. 2011. He's doing that. I think he's in his 40s too, late 40s, late 40s. I think mid 40s. I don't know. We do have access to the internet. I guess we could find out.
He looks like he's 12. So.
Yes, but yeah, and Ben Shapiro did all this before, the college campus. Him and Crowder would do this together sometimes. And Ben was, he would do it, but he was also a Jew about it.
Please explain.
He was just that snobby.
Yeah. We control
I'm
and own
richer
everything.
than you
Yeah.
and have access to more than you, and I'm going to let you know that, as I also prove you wrong. And these were like college trolls. I mean, honestly, that's what their job was, is they go and troll a bunch of uneducated college kids who thought they were educated.
Yep.
The easiest thing you can do in this world is troll college kids.
Yeah.
Because they're told that they're right. And then they never
100%.
have to critically think about anything ever again. It's like the kid that was bringing these statistics up while Kirk got shot. He was so proud of himself because he was also going to the University of Utah, whatever it was, Valley Tech and a half, for mathematics.
I'm gonna make a great accountant one day.
Listen.
I don't think he's going to be doing jack shit anytime soon. So.
Yeah. Put that on your resume.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, all of the conspiracy stuff aside, have you talked to anyone about this shooting?
Yeah, a couple people. I've asked, like just the vibe, like, around Nashville and stuff. How people are taking it and everything, and the people I've talked to, there's a lot of people that are crushed, just taken aback, just totally just saddened by the whole thing. I haven't talked to anybody.
Talking to women or kids?
like adults, like people our age, older. Just I've not come across one person that has showed any kind of excitement or like, oh well, he had it coming to him kind of thing. So
Well, you are not in the city.
yeah, no, I'm definitely not. Yeah,
Or work with Democrats.
I don't think I do. Not that. I mean, I might. I really might. So
For your own personal enjoyment, you should just hire a Democrat.
yeah, oh, that'd be great. I probably have two of them already. We just don't talk. We just don't. We don't
Just
get
don't. They're just really
because I
quiet.
need them to work. I don't. I can't. I don't need to be changing tampons and tears. So,
Okay. Well, that's fair. That is the words of a capitalist pig, like yourself. No. So mostly among the right wingers. Have you talked to anyone our age?
No.
Okay. Older people, younger
Yeah.
people,
Older. Yeah.
all older
Like
people.
yeah. Like
Okay.
50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. 45, 50s. Yeah.
Are they talking about whacking people?
No.
Not one of them has brought up anything about like time to, if push comes to shove, and nothing like that. Huh?
No. I mean, there's one that's like, but he's always been. I've been ready for shit to pop off. I'm a retired cop. Please God, let it melt down so I can, but he's been like that for probably 10 years. So this is not surprising. He's hoping, I think, for a civil war to break out.
Yes. Well, we've got the song for him.
Yeah.
Just checking my message requests on X. It is all spam. Really amazing.
Listen, that song that you opened with, I need you to send that to me as soon
Which
as
one?
possible.
That's what's his name? The boy that sings Rich Men North of Richmond.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's him. Doing a CCAR cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bad Moon Rising, but I forget what his name is. Wells? Something Wells.
Okay.
He's sort of like the Bob Dylan of this generation, I would say. Especially his wife divorced him and took all his money from that song.
Mm.
So now he's out there fucking having to crank out a whole new one, and
Yeah.
a working man can understand that.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think it's bad, dude. This is now how many political assassinations in this past year? I mean, it's like quite a handful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is what the first one to. You talking about like actual first one to like, work or
no,
be finished?
I
Or
remember the Minnesota
oh,
one.
yep.
Two
Yeah.
people got whacked there.
Yeah, that.
Which is odd.
He said he was doing it for Tim Waltz. That one. Yeah.
Yeah, no one. So you ever notice that first of all, they'll say they're Democrat lawmakers. The only two Democrat lawmakers that voted against, I forget what they voted against. It was like some, like killing babies after they're 10 years old, something like that. And they're like, that's too far.
Yeah.
And this guy goes and whacks him. But as soon as Charlie Kirk gets killed, that's the first well, why isn't anyone talking about them? I'd love to talk about them. I'd love to tell you the reason why they got whacked as well. But that is hush. Like to this day, go Google.
Okay.
I mean, just go to Google. We'll go do a little Google practice search here. Hello, Mr. Google. Why did dude kill Democrats in Minnesota? What's horrible about that is I didn't type one of those things because I didn't click on them.
Oh.
That's horrible. All right, so we'll try that again. Minnesota senators. Why did dude kill Minnesota? Okay. June 16, 2025. That's the last thing that's been posted about it. NPR's got one here. This guy, he had a hit list. 45 elected officials, all Democrats.
Yeah.
But then they don't talk about. And you said that he wanted to do it for Timmy.
Yeah, I thought that's what there was something out there in the, I don't know if it was his manifesto or what, but yeah, it was to, it was for Tim Waltz.
Oh yeah, the manifesto. Man, and I hate this. Isn't this funny? Can we pause for a minute and just love how they have to distinguish between the murder of just random people and political assassinations. Cold-blooded murder of Susan down the road from her crazy ex. Not near as big of a deal as the political assassination.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole, with the.
You think politicians care about your kids?
No.
And yet, the same day Charlie Kirk gets killed in a politically motivated assassination, there is a school shooting that happens in Colorado, which to this moment I have no clue about. Haven't done one lick of research on it.
Yep.
That hasn't been in my newsfeed. No one's talked about it. No one's, not even the people that live in Colorado. And I have half of my friends live in Colorado. Not one thing about it.
Yeah.
It's all Charlie. I mean, I'm just absolutely fascinated by how when one of their teammates get whacked, God forbid there is going to be hell to pay. And now was it a whack of a crazy leftist, May? Was this the trigger point to incite the righties to start taking matters into their own hands?
It feels like that was the play, huh? Like
it does.
Yeah.
I
saw an interesting TikTok. I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but it's just one guy going back and forth. He puts a cap on to pretend he's the other person or whatever. I thought it was pretty interesting, kind of point of view of it. Pretty much just pouring the fuel on the whole Patriot fire. To get just things even more juiced and going, and how this might completely backfire the way they, that it is perceived to be planned, and I don't know. I'll have to, if I didn't send it to you, I will send it to you because I thought it was interesting. The other thing I found kind of off, that at least I didn't see it on my Twitter until I saw a little bit of it, was the in Charlotte, North Carolina, the stabbing on the bus or the train or whatever that was. There was a couple little snippets of it and that was it. And then more and more stuff of that came out, and I was.
Here's the thing behind that. That's a misfire for both parties there. Do I have an echo?
No.
I hear an echo. I don't know why. Could be me. I don't really care. No, that's fascinating because it's a loss on both sides. First of all, loss for Democrats, obviously, because their judge was crooked, sending people to her own treatment center. And then loss for Republicans because although beautiful and white, was an immigrant, not illegal, but an immigrant, and they had already stirred us all up.
Yeah.
Immigrants.
Yep.
So, as sad as this was, it would have been better if she was American. Now, she had been married to an American and then gave birth to an American baby. Maybe we'd have heard about this sooner. But it actually took X just posting a poor girl getting stabbed to death by a crazy black man before anyone talked. I mean, it had to blow up on X.
Yeah.
Obviously. So, of course, it blows up on X that this Ukrainian immigrant, and one of the most, and that happened 2 months ago, May.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they withheld showing the footage until September 9th. it hit X. So I don't know when they released the footage, but on September 9th, it hit X. And it hit X hard. And Facebook let it play.
Oh,
So it's nice to see that the State Department's run by MAGA again. That's good, right? Because they want,
they want you to see it.
they want you to see that. I mean, of course, Facebook will never, Facebook used to be like you couldn't post anything
Yeah.
that, but now we can watch people get stabbed again on Facebook. Thank you.
And shot, because I mean that's like you said, the clip you sent me was Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. So nice to see the changes there.
Yeah. I just and like the more and more that came out of it, like I watched it a couple times, and like then you finally watch the whole thing, and everyone's like, oh well, she called him the hard R and blah blah blah. You don't hear, I don't know, like it's weird because it doesn't sound like she says anything, and then she doesn't realize what the fuck had happened until it was tipped over in her, in her damn seat. Which, the fact that I don't know, that's that people don't don't do it. You just let it happen, I guess. I mean, I don't know, because you don't want to get stabbed too, or
what are you gonna do, May? If you're heavily.
Well, you couldn't have saved her.
Well, and this guy, in my opinion, it looked like he was punching her at first. It just looked like someone, like this guy's beating the shit out of this chick.
You are right, because when I watched it, I didn't know, because he was bleeding, and I thought she maybe bit him or fucking, yeah. Like I thought she got him, and I was like, oh, we're gonna she was an Ukrainian assassin. Like I thought, and then more and more came out, and you saw that he fucking pulls out a knife and goes over and stabs her a couple times, and I was like, oh, well, shit. So.
Right. Well, and then this.
But again, it goes back to let's black versus white. Like
well, yes, but pause before that, because there's more information on that on this dude. First of all, this dude, yes, you're right. It's been turned into black versus white immediately.
Yep.
That's the narrative.
Always will be.
Black homeless versus white girl working her ass off at a minimum wage job at a pizza parlor.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, we've got that narrative, but we are here at Phantom Facts. And as much as it beleaguers me, we do just a little bit more research than the average bear, because it's just what we have a rich history in crazy
facts.
people. We have a rich history in understanding crazy people. And the one thing I found to be the most fascinating was this guy who had been since 2007 arrested 14 times.
Yep.
Can I share my screen? We'll go share screen. Go there. First of all, gorgeous.
She is.
Just stunning. Obviously, when you see her in the bus, you realize how deceiving Instagram is. So there's that. But besides that, this guy right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14.
Look how he changes with like a chameleon over the.
Listen, I liked him with short hair. I mean, listen, the guy had hope. You go 2 down right there.
Yeah.
That guy looks like he could make your coffee and do a damn good job. This guy, it's this. All right. So we get it. Addicted to drugs, whatever, crime, his last crime, as I understand, was breaking and entering into his sister's house, something like that. And then, or maybe no, that was when he first got out of jail. That was his first offense. But his last offense, right here it is. Let me share the screen here. No, share the screen. Just right there. share the screen. Boom.
There we go.
Carlos Brown. 2007 to 2014. Felony larceny, robbery with a dangerous weapon, communicating threats. Most of these charges were reportedly dropped, according to the Charlotte Observer. And you're thinking to yourself, 6 crimes, arrested at least 6 times for crimes including. All right, so but he got those dropped. All right, well, maybe a rough stretch.
Yeah, maybe just trying to find his footing.
We get that. I'm sure his dad's not in the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Mama's sleeping with a man just to make a little bit of money.
2014 armed robbery conviction. We got a little more aggressive that time. Brown was convicted of armed robbery and served approximately 5 years in prison. Released in 2020. Bad time to get out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021, 4 months later, 5 months later, assault and property crimes, assault on a female, specifically a sister, injury to personal property, and trespassing after returning to a residence where he was banned and damaging a front door. All right. Well, then we go a full year and a few months, and we get a domestic disturbance. Arrested for disorderly conduct due to yelling and cursing, causing a disturbance and drawing attention from multiple tenants at a property. That seems a little trumped up.
What do you mean?
Well, he yelled and cursed at some people.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I don't know what causing a disturbance is, but it doesn't sound like anything felonious.
Well, yeah. Sounds like me playing NCAA. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. If you lived in an apartment, you would have the cops there all the time.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I think sometimes, if I play a Arma or, Battlefield, God forbid, my neighbors, I don't know what they think. My girlfriend says that I'll scream like fire in the hole or shit like that. That's when I stop playing video games. When I start dreaming about it, give myself a little break. Now we move on to January 2025, and May,
Can you move my face so I can read it?
Yeah. May, you are seasoned in the world of Phantom Factory. So tell me what this appears to you. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me figure out how to get you in here. Such a pain.
Can you put me over his face?
Well, it's not like I can just move you around, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
All right. You're just movable. But I see the dilemma here. Because you are indeed. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Can I move this around? No. All right. Let's.
It is what it is.
Let's just do it this way. Can you still hear me?
Yep, sure can.
All right. 2025 misuse of the 911 system.
Interesting.
Brown was arrested for misusing the 911 system after claiming someone had given him a man-made material controlling his actions, such as eating, walking, and talking. He was released without bond, and a public defender later questioned his mental capacity to stand trial, and a forensic evaluation was ordered but not completed.
Of course it wasn't.
Now, May.
Are we drugging people? Are we prepping them for a bigger use and a better punchline?
Do we need to go back to Operation Shaver when military people in the 50s who had migraines were being dosed up to see if they could be manipulated through the use of drugs? Now, this guy, when I first saw what this guy did, I thought for sure this guy had been jacking people in the streets, other homeless people, shit like that. breaking into houses and all that shit. And it does appear from 2007 to 2021, this was the main motto of our man DeCarlos Brown.
Yeah.
But in 2022, it's disorderly conduct due to yelling, cursing, and causing a disturbance. Love to see that. I don't know what that entails. Now, it could be like, maybe he went to his ex-girlfriend's house and was like yelling at her through the door or something and pounded on the walls. It could be something just as trivial as that, like case closed. But I don't see a charge for it. And if there's body cam footage, I'd love to see it. But the 2025 is misuse of a 911 system. The guy called 911 to say that someone had given him a man-made material in quotation marks. That means we could find this call, dude.
Yeah.
Controlling his actions, eating, walking, and talking. And then, what does he say when he kills her?
I got that white bitch or white lady, something.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It makes, like I said, you prep them and you get them ready for whatever role that pawn is about to play. It makes sense. It goes, like you said, it goes back to Operation Shaver, where, if you can, drug them and manipulate them for the purpose that you need or hope that you can achieve later down the road, you have puppets and you have the ability to do what you please with them. And they come out looking like a fucking loony basket. So.
Or maybe he was being controlled.
Yeah. Like you said, I mean, it just fits. It fits all the checks as the boxes. The white versus black, the mentally unstable, we need to help. It's, that was a refugee. There's too many things that line up that check so many conversation boxes that nothing ever dies from that happening. It just, too many things grow and grow and reignite. The fires just keep reigniting. Like, I could be way off, but
I'm looking up, where did Iriana where exactly did she live? Do you remember the exact town by any chance?
No.
I know it was in Charlotte. All right. How far is Charlotte from Fort Bragg?
Ooh.
All right, 2-hour trip.
Yep.
Huh. Well, I'm sure that's no coinkydink. Number 1 psychological battalion of the U.S. Army operating out of Fort Bragg. And we talked about this, a year ago, maybe a little less, about what they're doing over. Oh, no, we did it. I think we did it even a little further back because it was the propaganda show, I think.
Yep.
The one Devin got mad.
Yeah.
Remember? That was the one he got mad. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Bitcoin's at 30,000. I don't know. I'm just trying to race horses to survive.
That.
I bet he's dude, I'm so glad I haven't heard from that guy in a minute because it would be nonstop about how well Bitcoin's doing. I'm sure you hang out with him. It's intolerable, isn't it?
What do you mean? I don't even live in Colorado.
I figure if game, you guys still game.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. It would be miserable. It would be absolutely miserable to listen to that.
I get clips from him from Instagram time to time, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, it's always the camera shot where you can see his nose hairs. It's always like down here, like, guys, you know what I think?
No, not those.
Oh, those. You've seen those, so
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think my hot take is it's all bullshit. All right. You know what? We love Devin. Thank you so much, Devin. I guess I don't know what else to say, bro. That's I mean, we got Charlie Kirk. Obviously the Jews killed him.
You think so?
Well, when it's when the sheriff and the FBI come out and say, "Hey, Russia and China gave Ian Miles Ian Carroll a bunch of money to propagate."
Oh no, where'd you go?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said I've heard that one time before, and that was with Trump. Remember?
Yeah, because there was. I mean,
oh God, that fly is huge.
Yeah, you saw it.
Fucking yeah! I took off like your whole forehead.
Yeah. They're like.
You live in a jungle?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to kill him for the past 30 minutes.
I can pick it up on the microphone.
Yeah. The whole Israel thing, it's just, it's, I know I sent you that clip, that guy, he's, big into the numbers and whatnot, and he said the only people that benefit from the Charlie Kirk thing was, what was it, China? And that's where he was convinced that China paid.
When did China invest against Charlie Kirk?
I don't, because if I remember that video right, he was saying that that Charlie was a mouthpiece for. Kept them relevant, damn it. I don't want to speak out of, because I don't remember watching
look
it.
for this. I'm going to play what Charlie Kirk was talking about exactly 2 hours before he was assassinated. This was with, of course, our favorite Jew, Ben Shapiro. So let's take a gander at that.
Friends tend to meet interestingly, which is okay. Charlie, we push back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border, so maybe we should also ask a question: is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? That's a question, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says, because I know I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions in the last couple of years. So, and some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse.
Fascinating that the first world leader to comment on the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk was indeed Benjamin Netanyahu. Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking. Let me do it in his voice. Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking truth and defending freedom. A lion-hearted friend of Israel. He fought the lies and stood tall for Judea. Christiano civilization. The only time Benjamin Netanyahu talks about Christianity is when he leaves the money. Hey, I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. We lost incredible. I don't know. I'm slowly turning Russian, but I guess that's fitting since he's from Poland. We lost an incredible human being. His boundless pride in America is what got him killed. Oh, no, he doesn't say that. His boundless pride in America and his valiant belief in free speech will leave a lasting impact. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Fascinating that the man that's on the verge of civil war and has crushed his opposition is so concerned about Charlie Kirk. When Charlie Kirk 2 days ago expressed a little concern about the genocide, the G word.
Yeah.
Now, that could also be a coincidence. It's not like Israel or the Mossad has a history of carrying out crazy assassinations over silly people. Yes, I guess they do.
Yeah. So I found. You want me to
Yes.
play that video I sent you?
I hear it.
All right. Here, let's see if I remember how to do this.
That's how you use screen share. Press that little TV with the plus button. And clickety click. Ooh, there it is.
Trying to see what's.
Oh no! Stop.
Oh, let's remove. And then go. Boom. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
And I just hit play on.
Yeah,
Six.
and then go to that.
But let me break this.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Maybe not.
We're throwing shit on the wall, trying
Nope,
to see what
do that.
sticks.
Nope.
But let me
Just play it from there.
break this down to you. The American leftists are too disorganized. They couldn't pull this off. There's literally only a few.
All right, let's pause that. Can we pause that?
Yep.
All right, are the American leftists just extremely dumb, or did they also start a war with another country, align and expand NATO? I mean, which one is it? Did they figure out a way to steal an election, or are they all idiots? Hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy, he can't even say a word without using a lisp, right? And now he's well, liberals are all stupid.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
World who can pull this off on American soil. So let me explain what happened.
Okay,
24 to
thank you.
48 hours before Charlie Kirk was
Was that?
No, I'm just talking to him. Yes.
Oh.
assassinated. Israel bombed Doha, Qatar, and 5 to 6 other nations. At that point, the other side got fed up and they decided to send a message, and they used the Chinese Communist Party to execute that message. Charlie Kirk was killed by the CCP based on arrangements with other third parties to send a message to Donald Trump and Israel. You can be touched too. That's what happened. And now you know.
Okay. There's that, and then I'm gonna.
All right, can we just break that down? I mean,
Yes.
we'll go to your next clip here
Yes.
in a minute. But a couple of things. First of all, anyone could have done it.
Yep.
I'm not above believing a bunch of guys on Discord who played Tom Clancy's fucking SEAL Team 6 didn't figure out a way to do this. All right? That's very much a possibility.
Yeah.
It's also a possibility, and the reason why that's a possibility is because for 20 years we've been conditioned by the right-wing media. Liberals are, and at one point, very true. But unfortunately, the dumb ones got into college because they lowered the standard. And all the single moms that went to community college, got their HR degree, now have, for the first time, believe they accomplished something, even though they just had to copy and paste the answers to get by. So now we are run by a corporation of HR, community college champions of DEI, and what happened is that they brought in people that became engineers, that went to the military, and then 2020 happened, and all the people that saw the government's bullshit got canned from the military.
Yep.
And the only ones that were left just happened to be now. They're running the military. We, of course, we make fun of the people that run into rocks with the boats because they got appointed a captain because of DEI. But there are some genuinely smart people out there.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole belief that it's just so improbable to believe that a couple of teenagers to get together and assassinate someone. I mean, we just saw Luigi do it to the United Healthcare CEO. What's a harder find? We just saw the guy go into the building of Blackstone, and assassinate the head CEO of the real estate trust fund of North America.
Yep.
I think we're going to see, it's not that big of a deal to believe that someone could sneak by. Secondly, whether or not Israel killed him, it's always fascinating how this works out for Israel.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe we just tell them, hey, Israel, now's a good time to bomb 9 countries. We're going to kill Charlie Kirk. Benjamin's like, I'll write something nice for him.
Yeah. The same time Donald Trump did. Exact same time. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they got the same marketing team. That is possible too. I
Yes.
doubt Benjamin Netanyahu sat down here and,
You think he was FaceTiming Donald Trump?
Donald,
This is what I have.
thank you for the shipments of bomb. We need more. We need more. Do we get a discount if we buy 30? And Trump can't avoid making a deal, so of course but I mean, it's our money going to, I don't get it. Listen, I found this speech by a leader who went to a factory, a Siemens electrical plant.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know if you know what Siemens is.
I know what semen is. Yep.
I'm getting all the jokes. You see, this is really where I miss Devin because his mind would short circuit into penis jokes.
Yeah.
And but no, Siemens is how I know it's they make a lot more stuff, but in my small electrical world, they make all of our electrical panels and breakers, which is interesting because they need access to copper and silver. But anyway. He visited the Siemens plant and he gave a speech about the division being created. And I just thought, in the time of Charlie Kirk and the absolute division that has now led to the assassination, whether it was Israel or someone, this was in the end someone who is ideologically convinced this was the right thing probably did this for free.
Yep.
So we're down to ideological assassinations. And it's just so far away. It's such a reminder because it happened right before 9/11. Probably the last time anyone has seen that country, our country, so united. I never remember a United States of America more united on 9/12/2025. And for some reason that got torn apart in the last 25 years. And so the speech is a little long. We can let it play out if you want. Tell me if you want to stop it and give yeah. All right, here we go.
When I speak to you today, and in doing so address millions of other diligent German workers, both men and women, who contribute so much to our nation, I believe I have a more profound and legitimate right to do so than anyone else, given my unique position and experiences. I have grown up from among you. I have stood among you myself. For 4.5 years of war, I was once again right among you. And then, through hard work, through learning, and I can say through hunger, I slowly worked my way.
Wait, pause it real quick. Was this from our boy from months ago? You still jiving with him?
You know
or
what? It popped up in my feed today.
Oh, okay.
I gave it a listen, and I thought, well, that's it's fitting.
Okay, because I remember him. Yeah.
For people who are listening only, we'll tell them afterwards.
Being, I have always remained what I was before. However, I did not count myself among those who, at that time, turned against the interests of their own nation. I was convinced that the fate of the nation had to be represented, or else the entire people would sooner or later suffer terribly within the state. That is what separated me from the others, who, in the critical time at the end, turned against Germany. Not only the German people, but the other nations as well, are witnesses to the effects of this treaty. The theory that the victor and the vanquished must now remain in their respective positions for all eternity. This theory led to new hatred in the world, to perpetual unrest, to insecurity, to mistrust on one side and resentment on the other. The world was not satisfied, as was claimed at the time. On the contrary, the world has been plunged into ever new disputes and ever new conflicts. And just as insane was the second thesis, that if they were defeated, they must also be destroyed economically, so that the victor would fare better economically. An insane thesis, which, however, runs like a red thread through the entire Treaty of Versailles and ultimately leads to the attempt over the course of 10 years to burden the economy of a great nation on the one hand with unbearable loads and on the other hand to destroy it as much as possible, cutting off all its opportunities. We then experienced the consequences of how Germany was finally forced to fulfill its economic obligations, to throw its economy more and more onto the export market under all conditions, and how international competition began here, how the political debt was gradually transformed into economic debts.
Political debt slowly transformed into economic debts. And the people of Germany were paying the price. They had already lost everyone in the World War.
Mm-hmm.
In World War I. You know, how many millions died? And then, as punishment for starting the war, they then taxed Germany so that they had to pay back the debt of every country that participated in that war in 10 years. Therefore, destroying their entire economy. Now, some may say, well, that's rightful punishment for destroying France's. But not if you want to make friends again.
Exactly.
Not if you want to treat these people as subhuman. And man, to me, we are the German people. We have been, you know, we're sent to wars. We fight other nations' wars. We police other nations' battles. We go after and we destroy families for other nations, and then those nations don't face the repercussions because the kids of those families grow up hating our nation.
Yep.
In the last 25 years, we've killed 20.5 million people around the world.
That's insane. I didn't know that. That's a big number.
Those are World War I numbers. That's more than World War I.
Yeah.
That's more than World War I. And it's not us. It's not individuals. It's our politicians who are in debt to someone else. And instead of paying that debt and manning up and doing whatever, they transfer that debt onto the American people.
Yep.
And Tucker Carlson hits it on the head when he says, I look around the UK, I look around France, and I look around the US, and these do not look like countries that have won 2 world wars.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah.
I don't know how you can go around and see the amount of homeless people, and I get it, right? They're bums, but why do we have so many bums? If this was a country that was the victor, how many bums do you see on the Super Bowl team a year after? None.
Yeah.
I don't know how that analogy even works, but it makes
sense.
No,
that works. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, eventually, if they...
Yeah, because even the bottom feeder players get paid and getting taken care of. So it works,
Yeah, well, everyone gets a ring. The practice squad gets a ring, which they then sell to Pawn Stars,
Yeah.
This what he is saying is, here, the only difference is that Germany has lost their war publicly in World War I. The United States will never admit it's lost, but I don't think it's won since Vietnam. It hasn't won since World War II. We haven't won. We've subdued, suppressed, implemented, removed. But where have we won? We're not even really winning Israel. Like they bombed our ships in the 60s. They killed our president.
Are they 2-0?
3-0 now.
Oh, 3-0. Shit, yeah.
If you ask the Russian spies, Ian Carroll.
It is only natural that many interested parties will oppose this. It is understandable that the organizations which have formed the two classes want to survive, and that these organizations must perish if the fundamental idea is shaken. It is understandable that they resist anyone who threatens to shake that foundation. But in the end, it must be eliminated. You cannot let a whole people perish just because a few organizations want to continue to exist. In the end, a people does not live for theories, not for programs, nor for organizations. Rather, all of these must serve the life of a people. And today we are witnessing the same thing again, but on a much larger scale. The conflict or hatred between nations is being fostered by very specific interested parties. It is a small, rootless international clique that incites nations against each other, that does not want them to find peace. These are the people who are at home everywhere and nowhere, who have no roots in any soil where they have grown, but who may live in Berlin today, just as easily be in Brussels tomorrow, and the day after in Paris or Prague or Vienna or London, and who feel at home everywhere.
Speaking facts.
They are the only ones who can truly be described as international elements, because they can conduct their business anywhere. But the common people, the ordinary citizens, cannot truly follow them. The populace is inextricably chained to their ancestral land. They are bound to their cherished homeland, and they are fundamentally tied to the very means of existence of their sovereign state, their beloved nation. The people cannot go after them. The diligent farmer is inextricably tied to his fertile land. The hard-working worker is deeply attached to his rugged mountain. If either of their livelihoods goes under, who indeed will genuinely help them in their time of great need? What does international solidarity mean today? It's all just theory in a time when need cries out everywhere and nations must struggle hard just to exist. It was not the intellectual classes that gave me the courage to begin this gigantic task, but I can say that I only found the courage because I knew two groups, the farmer and the German worker. When a man makes a name for himself through his own efforts, a name that every child in the nation knows, then he doesn't need a title, he doesn't require... I came and took on this significant position with only one overarching thought, to finally put into practical application what I had consistently preached for many years. For I can never truly become more than I inherently am. But I would like future generations to one day acknowledge that I earnestly and honestly tried to realize my program. The present can offer me nothing at all. I think only of the future, and now I wanted to work diligently, and we have indeed worked tirelessly, and in these past 9 months, we have truly achieved tremendous and remarkable things. Perhaps there will be some individuals among you who cannot possibly forgive me for having decisively destroyed the Marxist parties. But my friend, I destroyed the others just the same. You are the best. I said, if you act insanely for 14 or even 15 years, you simply cannot expect someone to come along and fix absolutely everything in just a mere few weeks or perhaps a few months. If that were the case, then everyone before us would have been criminals if it were that easy. No, I said, you have to give me 4 years. Now 9 months have passed. When I came, Germany had over 6.2 million unemployed, and now there are 3,710,000. That is an achievement in 9 months that can truly be seen. Not a single one of those individuals who today actively incite against Germany from this particular international perspective that so vehemently slanders the German people, none of them has ever even truly heard a bullet whistle by, not even a single one. In these 9 months, we have focused solely on our own people, have studied only our own tasks, and have sought only to solve our own problems. And I believe that other statesmen would do well if they also tried to solve their own problems. I declared that the German people have only one wish: to be able to find happiness for themselves. They should leave us in peace. We do not interfere in their affairs. They should not interfere in ours. In these 9 months, I have not taken a single measure that could have offended anyone, that could have hurt another statesman, or that could have injured another nation. Not a single word has been spoken by us that they could possibly interpret as slander, as a slight, or in any way as something that concerns or affects them. On the contrary, during these 9 months, I have always stated that people should simply act reasonably and not allow themselves to be incited against each other by this small international clique. People say, "You are not sincere." I say, "Well, what am I supposed to do so that you believe it?" I am indeed willing to come to an understanding with you. People say, "You want to divide us." But why would we want to do that at all? My fellow countrymen, I believe that in times like these, one must be very firm and, above all, not yield a single inch from one's rights. I am a man of conviction. If anything truly shakes the very foundations of peace and actively breeds widespread discord, it is precisely such an unequal distribution of fundamental rights and privileges. This is true both in individual life and in the life of great nations. And I would be lying to the German people if I promised them an improvement in their economic situation without, at the same time, demanding their equal rights in the world. Because one cannot exist without the other. You should see that what I am explaining is not just the language of one individual, but that the entire people as one man, woman, and woman stand behind it. What is united today is the German people themselves, among themselves. For centuries, it has tried its fate in disunity and has suffered horrific consequences. I think it is time that we now try our fate in unity, that we now make the attempt to shape our destiny in an inseparably connected community. And I am the guarantor in Germany that this community will not tip in favor of one side. You can see me as the man who belongs to no class, who belongs to no tribe, who stands above all that. I have nothing but my connection to the German people. And for me, it is so. What do I care about intellectuals? What do I care about my so-called bourgeois? What do I care about proletarians? The only thing that interests me is the German people and nothing else. That is where I belong. And for this German people as a whole, I stand up. And I want to present this German people to the world on November 12th just as it is.
Yeah, well, there's that.
That's
What did you disagree with there?
no, that's the hard part. Like, that was just facts. Like, I was gonna ask, like, what went wrong here? Why, if he would have stayed on that mindset and that path, how is you know, how has he talked like, you know, how he is now compared to like that right there? I mean, I couldn't disagree with any of that. It made way too much sense.
Well, this is before World War II starts, and it's a plea to the international citizen to get out of Germany, or at least not get out of Germany, but quit meddling in affairs that prevent the ability for progress for the middle class person that's just trying to go paycheck to paycheck. You think about that, the meat processing. How is China in charge of that? That's because some politician sold their political debt for physical debt.
Yeah.
And that is everywhere. It's everywhere. And I agree with you. I agree with Hitler. In this case, in 1933, at the Siemens plant factory, that indeed, the international citizen, or the theory of the international, we hear that all the time with Ukraine. We got to help them out. International Alliance of the Willing, the Coalition of the Willing. It's the same thing. Anyway, I thought it was interesting. He talked about the division they purposely cause.
Yeah.
And I
really liked. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I like the fact of the clique. They have roots to nowhere, and they are everywhere or whatever he said. That was really interesting, because that's how it really does seem is the people who call the shots and pull the strings. They have no tie and base to what the rest of us are tied into and fucking grind for every single day. They just come and go, and you can never touch them, never see them, but you can feel the tugs. It's...
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Man was spitting facts.
All right. Do we want to... How's your bets going so far?
Not good. Not good.
Good. Huh?
Hey, what is, so we were talking about just everything getting caught in the wind, and today on my TikTok, so it's still Charlie Kirk and everything, but NATO, or Poland, has invoked NATO's Article 4.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's just big hype. It's just positioning. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Because I was seeing videos of Russia attacks NATO and, blah, 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 but I didn't watch any of them or hadn't seen anything, so.
Right. Yeah, no, they flew drones over Poland. Poland shot it down. Now they're invoking Article 4, but you got to invoke Article 5 for any type of military action. So essentially, it's Article 4 is just them being, and this is, once again, a great reason to download and listen to the No Agenda podcast, because, the one guy is was raised in the Netherlands, and so he understands European politics better than any American podcaster is going to be able to present it. And so when Poland tries something like this, they can see through the fear campaign of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Houston, Colorado, 13:30 in the fourth quarter. I need that to go over 44.5.
Is that on right now?
Yeah, and they're at 40. They're at 40 with the score being 14-26 Houston.
Dude, Colorado fucking sucks.
They do. That's why I picked the 44.5.
Ooh, Arizona. I forgot Arizona's playing Kansas State. Yeah.
Syracuse with 1:19 in the fourth quarter. Now, I've got Syracuse minus 37.5. Which has me very freaked out, but my phone is dead. So if you could pull up your calculator here, well, actually, I think I figured it out. Okay, because it's 24.66 right now. So what is that? What are we at? Are we at 40? Are we at 38?
42.
We're at 42. Okay. I hate doing fucking spreads and
Yeah,
over-unders. It's so fucking stressful. Indiana got
They beat the living piss water out of Indiana State.
58.5. I took the over. I nailed it. Syracuse with 46 seconds left. Might just take this. So that I'll be good there. And then I need Colorado to get another touchdown. And I'll be good there for... Oh, no. I've made a horrible mistake. All right. Arizona, Kansas State, 54.5 over.
That's
Terrible mistake.
That looks like the under, because it's 17-3 with 2 minutes in the second.
Right.
Yeah, it might, but Kansas State, we've talked about this, I think. The team who loses in Ireland, or is it win? Is it, no, because they lost to Iowa State, right?
I did.
Yeah, so yeah, the team who loses in Ireland, your season is fucking bamboozled.
Yeah.
They lost to Army, for crying out loud, and they barely beat, North Dakota? I mean... Yeah, Kansas State.
They were not favorites against Arizona, but I thought over 54.5 might have been a mistake. Now I do have the cash out capability here. So that is a thing I could do. I've got UCLA beating New Mexico, which also, 0-2 UCLA.
They look like dog shit.
But come on, New Mexico, UCLA. Did we just give up on the season?
Yeah.
So those are my 5-pick parlay for tonight. $10 pays 186.
Oh, good.
That's nice. Cash out is.
I'd probably cash out after. Well, it probably won't let you after the Colorado game.
All right. Syracuse Colgate has gone final. We're going to hit the refresh here. All right. So I have the option. I put $10 in. I can cash out at $27.85. Do we wait for Colorado to hit?
Are they driving?
We're at fourth quarter right now with Colorado.
You just need Colorado to score, right?
I need one person to score a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of ball game left.
All right. We cash out after Colorado.
Yeah, because I don't think you're going to get it at Arizona.
No, I think you're right. And then tomorrow's 13-pick parlay. 13-pick. Now, I've come up with a little different strategy from last year, which is paying the bills, if I may say so myself, with putting individual stakes on all my parlay bets.
That's smart.
And that way so then
you still win and lose. Yeah.
I still win. I get the money back from the, if I have a good day, I get all my money back. And I'm not going to have a bad day betting college football. I hit 17 of 18 on the last week parlay. So, but we didn't do individual stakes, and it broke my heart because I could have used a ghost parlay if I had set for it and would have won, $3,000 on a $1 bet. Not bitter. Doing a little smarter this time. A little smarter this time. So we'll see what happens here.
Let me hear it. What's the big leg?
Big leg for tomorrow. Georgia Tech over Clemson.
Okay, I don't hate that.
Oregon over Northwestern. Money line. These are all money line bets.
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma over Temple. Michigan over Central Michigan. Auburn over South Bama. Missouri over Louisiana. Tennessee. And Georgia over 50.5 points. Oh, that's a 28-24 game.
If you break it that way, yeah. I was thinking like 17-13.
You're thinking it's going to be that low scoring.
Yeah. Well, the hard part is like Tennessee on the weapon side is still unproven and very young. Georgia's defense is Georgia's defense. The thing with Georgia is we don't know really what Stockton is yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they spent all the money in the world to get him better toys so he can shine in the bedroom. You know what I mean? But
Here's the thing. This is the first major game, right?
Yeah.
For each of these schools.
But Georgia has not looked good against Marshall and Austin P of Clarksville, Tennessee. So they're 2-0, but it hasn't been the old Georgia of old where they just absolutely dog up the shit. I mean, they beat Marshall 45-7. They beat Austin P, which is right down the street from me, FCS school, 28-6. You know what I mean? Where before they would drop 78 on both of those teams.
Right, but we got Tennessee and Georgia, a weaker Georgia defense that is going to have a lot of broken coverage plays against Tennessee, and it's going to turn into a shootout going into the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Texas Tech money line over Oregon State. Iowa State over Arkansas State.
Easy.
Pick of the night. The upset of the night. Do you already know what game it is?
No.
It's
I'm
South
looking.
Florida with the spread with Miami. Now, I believe South Florida is going to win, but I gave myself South Florida 17.5 points.
South Florida looks, I mean, I don't hate that. I
don't hate it either. 17.5 is a huge spread on a team that now Miami did look good against Notre Dame, but there we go again, believing Notre Dame is quality team. And what I saw Notre Dame playing, not quality football, not fundamental football. Miami, they took advantage of that. What are they going to do with a team like South Florida that's playing fundamental ball and whooping number 8 teams in the ACC and SEC? And then I've got Ole Miss over Arkansas in the first heartbreaking loss of the Hogs.
I don't know. I don't like Ole Miss.
And they didn't look good. They haven't looked good. Ohio State, of course, over Ohio, and Illinois over Western Michigan.
So your only hard game in that whole fucking thing is well, I mean, because I can't say it. I love South Florida. I like that a lot. Yeah. No, you're protected. You're protected there. The Tennessee really is it, but I mean,
Tennessee and Georgia and Arkansas and Ole Miss both got me worried.
You have Ole Miss, you said, right?
I got Ole Miss, but
if players play and stars matter, Ole Miss
should win.
Just
They should wear out Arkansas vertically.
Yeah, but it's that quarterback. He can't throw 3 picks or whatever like he did against Kentucky. Because Arkansas has a quarterback. Arkansas's got weapons.
Yeah, they do.
And Sam Pittman needs to fucking win because they will fire that motherfucker and put Bobby Petrino back in the head seat. So,
all right, we are. Houston has the ball, fourth quarter. Colorado did not score, so we're up to that. UCLA losing to New Mexico.
Ouch. Yeah.
And already at 20 points for the Arizona-Kansas State game. So, almost halfway there. I could cash out at 27.73.
Nope.
Or I could hold off for the 186.10. I feel like I got... Oh, we just hit it! We just hit it! Houston just went over. Houston just took us over with 32-14 over Colorado. We have
what are you watching this on?
On DraftKings.
Oh, yeah, there it is. My ESPN app is just slow.
No, DraftKings is as it's happening.
Oh,
it's crazy. Yeah. So, all right. So, reassessing. Okay, so those are my picks. A couple of my wins, if you want to see. Share some screen here.
And I did want to play you that video on TikTok. Just
I've got live bet here. Can you not see that?
I cannot. No.
That is fascinating.
I can see it on our thing, but I can't see it on the screen. Does that make sense? Like I can see it in our box down here.
Oh yeah, here we go. I got you.
Oh, there we go.
All right. We got that was a live bet that Washington was going to score a touchdown that drive. They did. They did score a touchdown. I bet that twice. I was so confident. And the second time I bet it, I won $2 instead of the $1.90. And then this one felt good until it didn't happen at all. Not even close.
Yeah.
8-pick parlay here. This is open. Should we go over the Sunday picks?
Yeah.
And we got Packers. Won it.
They look good too.
Got Jets over the Bills. Bills come off a lull. They go travel to New York. Jets looked legit. Jets pull off a surprise in a conference matchup against the Buffalo Bills at home and take the win. Dallas Cowboys over the Giants. Ravens over the Browns. Obviously, they're mad. Browns are going to get... Poor Flacco is going to get injured that game.
Yeah.
Bengals over the Jaguars, which will be a close game, maybe overtime. Detroit Lions, of course, over the Bears. Broncos over the Colts. And Eagles over the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That one pays $10 bet pays out $624. Take it free, gentlemen. Don't it's free. It's free for you, May. This was Packer money line win. Lost that.
I love how you're into this. This is great.
Dude, look at this. This was a couple nights ago. I had
baseball's so fucking hard too. Good.
Salvi with 2 bases. Dude, I thought they were going to make that a fielder's choice and not give him that double. That was his only hit of the night, was a double, and they gave it to him. So, hell yeah. Vinny with 1 hit, and Royals win. The last win where we had hope that the Royals could make the playoffs, because that hope is gone.
Yeah, fuck.
It is odd be to say. This was when I discovered live betting. That was a mistake.
Yeah, especially with baseball.
A lot of losses. But we got a win here. Brewers did win. Baseball, I went in a little cockier than I thought.
So you love DraftKings, huh? I have to give DraftKings, I guess, a go.
Yeah.
I like FanDuel, but...
Have you never used DraftKings?
No, I don't think I have.
Really? Well, then let me share a thing with you so you don't, I can get money, you can get money, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see here. Can I do that? Yeah, no, I do a little MGM, but DraftKings is easier. And like I watched the football game on DraftKings last night. I didn't even know you could do that.
No, I didn't know you could do that either.
Where are we at here? Where are we at? Yeah, if the pass cash out is suspended. Why? Why is it suspended? Because UCLA is losing. Bitches. God damn it, dude. UCLA.
No, it's probably suspended for that Kansas State, Arizona.
Probably. They're like, yep, this fucker. We gave him a chance. God damn it. Why do I convince myself into these over-unders?
I don't know. I'm a pussy. I'm money line. And then...
Well, you know what, May? If we had an actually gambling show, I wouldn't make silly mistakes like this. You son of a bitch.
Why? I don't understand how this is my fault.
I just turned it around on you. It's not my job to help you understand the mental linguistics I just went through.
No, I know, but I'm getting blamed for not starting our sports gambling podcast.
Yeah.
I like how we
what happened to that?
Bled into here.
Well,
I don't know. I didn't know I was in charge of it.
When did you not know? When people sent you money?
Did they?
You responded back to them.
Yeah, but I never checked it because I figured nobody was going to send anything.
Tia sent you... Okay, well, yeah, no, people sent you money, so...
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah.
I need to.
That's what I thought. I was like, man, that's pretty irresponsible of a business owner to.
I need to send that back then
No.
because.
Oh, so you just backing out of it?
Well, no, but.
See, I just say this is why I put it on you because.
I should have. I'll own it. I should have.
Yes. All right.
I should have.
You guys all talked a big game until it came time to doing it. So, just,
I guess I was. Yeah. I should have probably voted on someone with a little more stable center to be the captain, but. Okay.
Well, it didn't have to be like a whole big production either. It's just, it could have been.
I know, but it's hard when I look at what you're doing and I'm like, this is awesome, And then even our Big Ten breakfast, that was cool. I mean, I thought that was great,
Yeah, no, I thought
hard
so
to it's hard to do something where it's just it's boo.
when you got to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I demand a little respect for doing it for 5 years. And don't
100%.
Because no one else does this, but they all want to be on it. So, and I'm fine with that. But if you're gonna sit there and bitch about it, get the fuck off my show. That's just how I feel. If you're gonna sit there and bitch about something you're too lazy to do, and literally put no effort into it, then go fuck off.
Yeah.
What's the point? But people are fucking, especially suburban white dads. They are the worst when it comes to mooching off a podcast. Have you noticed that? Every single one of them, dude. I at work, they come to me. They come to me because they find out this is a guy that has a podcast, not even a successful podcast. We literally have 0 people watching us, right? But they come up to me and they're like, this is what you should talk about. You know what you should talk about? I'm like, well, what of my shows did you listen to that led you to believe that this is what should be discussed? You know what? The answer is always the same. I don't have time to listen to podcasts.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Then go fuck yourself, Charlie, or whatever the fuck. You know who you are, but I don't want to get fired. And I know he's an addictive asshole, but we all know the fat fuck that runs around telling people what they should record for their podcast. What a fucking rude thing to do, What happens if I wanted to? You know what? Next time they do it, I'm just going to tell them that I want to talk about them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that does sound good, but what's even better is the idea that you think it's a good idea, and I think that's what we should focus on. Why is it that your little brain is so fascinated with this one guy, dude? All he talked about was how England owned Disney World, the monarchy, which could be true, but it was never, hey, I found this research on this. Look at this. It was always, what you should look into?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever find anything out about the... First of all, I can give 2 fucks if the Queen of England owned Disney World. Doesn't matter where they get their rape kids from. Doesn't matter. But no, I'm just constantly told. And then the worst part is when they tell you to talk about something you've already fucking recorded.
Yeah. Hey, what ring is that on your finger?
Oh, this is
that a fidget ring?
This is the seal of the Knights of No Agenda, of which I am a proud member of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so, like, if you seal a document, with the wax, there's a signet ring.
Oh, cool.
So you can stamp your signet on it, which is actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's I've signed a lot of my letters that way, and I just always feel a little bit better than them. It's just like I mean, wouldn't you love to get a letter with a wax seal?
Yeah, just peel it open.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's got a little inscription in it, you know, with the ITM. It's great. It's a great thing to be a member of. And it's nice because when stuff like this happens, you get a nice. It's not that these guys know everything; it's that they actually put in effort to talk to people who are around it, who understand it, and they filter all that through clips and shit. And right now, the one guy has found, Adam Curry has found Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. And congratulations. I wish I had the applause button. Congratulations to Adam Curry for finding his Lord and Savior in his old age after he got to do all the fun stuff that his Lord and Savior would not have been. But besides the point, he is saved. All right. So congratulations. And I do mean that, right? Like that is a great calming of the mind.
Yes.
When you find Christ.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is, there isn't a problem with it. I'm not saying there's a problem with it. What has developed in the podcast is the same problem all Christians have when they talk about sad world events. And that is, well, we'll just wait till Jesus kills them.
Yeah.
And that's just no solution. That's not a solution. I would love to wait for Jesus to come kill them. But until then...
But my liver's going to go out before then, and I probably won't get to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Until then, can we do something that requires accountability on us rather than just going to church and talking about it? And I feel, now, all Christians are this, and Christians are good people. They are. They're some of the best. A little screwy in some of their beliefs. They like a fake guy that's not associated with Christmas to come celebrate Christ's birth with them, which wasn't on December 20th. Besides the point, besides their silly little mascots for their religious holidays, you ever notice that? Drew Carey he has a joke about that, where he's like, how come there's no like Ramadan rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just only Christians get the mascots, but besides that, we'll pretend we don't notice that. Christians are good people. Now, I could say the same thing about Muslim families I've met, but that's, God forbid, no Christian here would believe that.
Yeah.
But it's true. You go into a Muslim neighborhood, and they are required by their religion to be hospitable to you. The one that isn't? Jews. But we love the Jews.
Yeah.
We love the Jews. You know why? Because they killed our Lord. That's why. That makes perfect sense to me. Besides the point, Adam Curry has found Jesus and loves Jesus, and now the podcast has a little bit of a lack of effort because the old guy, that's his partner, is, doing all the clips and objective analysis. And Adam Curry is just like, it's Satan. It's like, okay, I get it, Satan. Yeah. All right. But who is Satan using, Adam Curry? Can we talk about the Jews or, the fucking Soros or, the Democrats or who, can we just stop saying that Satan is ruining everything? We just got to wait for Jesus. We'll wait for Jesus. But at the same time, like, can't we, when Jesus comes, we'll be like, hey, we were trying to fix that. Thank God you're here. Yeah. What would you rather
Did you bring Michael? Yeah.
Would you rather get the phone call that, hey, I need help replacing my transmission. Will you come over for the afternoon and help me replace my transmission? And you go, sure. And you get over there, and the guy's car is still on a trailer parked 3 miles away, and you still have to get it and drag it over here and put it on jacks. Wouldn't it be nicer to show up to help your buddy and the car's on jacks and the guy's got all the bolts loosened up and he just needs you to drop it with him and pull it out? Isn't that the good friend? So why are all these Christians waiting on Jesus while they go fucking, bitch about it on X that Jesus is late coming to save. You know, I don't get it.
Should that be the next movement? Just a bunch of, Jesus assassins?
Well, I'm not saying that either.
No,
but
I know.
It's
I know. Just saying,
Yeah, but it would take one Mexican to ruin it. Is it Jesus, Jesus? I don't know.
Yeah.
It goes out to my buddy Jesus. No, and that's what I'm saying about the Christian faith, right? Is it's literally you cannot fix it because the devil controls it all. So you might as well just buy a plot of land in the middle of nowhere and hunker down. Now, to me, and God, God granted, I am not Jesus. But if I was Jesus, and this big was, but if I was Jesus and I came back and was like, I wonder how bad it got down there, guys. And I see all of my followers with their hands up in the air being like,
we were just waiting.
Goddamn Muslims killed everyone. Yeah. But don't you worry. We understood we were completely out of control and we just hit. To me, I'd be like, well, what the fuck? You couldn't have legislated something. You couldn't have figured out how to get food to your neighbors. Nope, but I got plenty of ammo to get me through till Christ's coming. I mean, does that not sound like the biggest psyop in human history?
It does.
To make the people complacent? Wait for Jesus to fix it because you are incapable of doing anything because the devil runs it. But even though the devil runs it, we're also Christians pretending to be politicians running it.
Can't be scared of the devil.
It just blows my mind. But now, so and this happened. I've seen this a million times with new converts, right? They ride that wave real hard for like 3-4 years. And then it dies down and everything returns back to normal. So the show for the past 2 years has just been, not even 2 years, last year. For the last year, there's just a moment where you're just like,
come on, buddy.
But what's beautiful about it is the old man that's his co-host bitches to him about it. So, at least he satisfies every reasonable person. I'm sorry, dude. That's Christianity. Christianity is just a bunch of cucks waiting for their fucking Christ to come in and kill everyone they want to kill.
Yeah. But they can't do it because thou shalt not kill. And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying, listen, when I say Christianity, I'm obviously talking about organized religion. Christendom. That's what I'm talking about. Not ideology. But God, if you just see it in every Baptist, Lutheran, Pentecostal, Mormon, they're all the same. Anyway, it's just my rant. I'm going to clip that and send it to Adam Curry. And I'm sure he'll tell me to, he'll pray for me or something. And that's, that'll be real nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're right. No, it's just to me, dude, when old people find religion. Oh, what's going on? Anything good? Oh, nothing.
Ankle breaking. Houston Connor just jukes 2 color. Oh, no.
Okay.
I think Houston might have scored again.
Again?
Yeah.
The game was over. That's fine by me. No. So I just, I just don't get it. And for people say that I need to study the Bible to understand it, that was my first 22 years of my life, right? Like I get it. What I don't get is how all of you, even Spike Cohen, dude, like his last interview, he's, because he's found Christ, which, listen, we're happy when the Jews find Christ, because it gets them out of the Mossad. But even Spike Cohen was like, yeah, learning to respect the ruling governments. That's, it was a tough pill to swallow at first. I'm sorry, but did the Second Council of Nicaea slip that letter from Paul into there? Yeah, I'm just curious. In 700, they're like, it'd be handy because no one wants to listen to us if we just say that they have to listen to us and we say that Paul wrote it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure Wesley Huff would, get all over me on that, but I don't know. Yes, my cash out has now gone down to $11. We are watching in real time hopes and dreams disappear as New Mexico has gone up 14 zip on UCLA. New Mexico in the Mountain West Conference has gone 14 zip. The Lobos of New Mexico. Is that New Mexico? Lobos?
Yep. Have you seen Lobo lately?
Lobo? Oh, no.
Yeah, Lobo fish.
No, I have not seen Lobo fish in a minute. Of course, we've been doing the TikTok streams, which, has been great because, and I was thinking of doing that tonight, but, we need to reconnect. I need to have a personal bitch moment. I can't bitch on TikTok and talk about, Jews. So we decided to do it on Rumble instead. And
it's a safe place to do it.
It's a safe place to do it. I mean, and if you're going to get upset when I say the Jews, then obviously you're the anti-Semite. If you don't know what I mean by that, go back to the other episodes and listen to what I mean by that. UCLA does have the ball with 11:20 to do. There's hope. I'm sure they're just having a rough start. This is the part of gambling I hate the most, the slow denial as nothing changes. Yeah, that's always that's fun. Nebraska, who you guys playing? Nobody?
Houston Baptist Pentecostal Christian University of San Antonio.
Yes, they had to combine them.
Yeah, it's some school we're paying a couple $1 million to come in here and just hopefully get dog whopped. No, it's Houston Christian. Yeah.
Who's your first Big Ten matchup?
Michigan.
I think you'll beat them.
I think so too.
I think you'll beat them. Iowa. Who do we play? Iowa. We play UMass tonight, but I forget who our first.
Is that tonight?
Or tomorrow night. Sorry,
Yeah.
Tomorrow night. I keep thinking today's Saturday, but it is not. That's what happens when you work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
You know something about that. Our first game is Rutgers at night.
Dude, what's going on? I thought you guys had the savior.
First of all, this Nebraska infiltration into X media to propagate fake Hawkeye videos is really disgusting. But secondly, Iowa looked really good against a really good Iowa State team.
And that that's how that game always is. Like next year, Iowa will win 16-13.
Iowa has blown out Iowa State. I grew up back in the day when Iowa would do this. Now, Iowa State became better because they wanted to be like Big Brother. And kudos to them. They caught us off guard when we hired our coach's son to play Madden with our football team. But what I saw against Iowa, against a highly ranked Iowa State team that has dominated everything up to this point and will dominate tomorrow night as well, and I think we'll win the Big 12 Conference. First of all, that quarterback's a junior for Iowa State.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he's good.
By far better than Purdy.
Yeah.
By far. All of the Texans wide receivers
are
from Iowa State.
Yeah.
They know how to coach wide receivers.
3 of them. Yeah.
Iowa held a class like that to 16 points. Technically 13 points, but there was some magic, accidental, immaculate receptions that took place at the very end there to get them that field goal. But Iowa's defense on point, even though it gives you a heart attack every time you watch it, Which is funny because then you look up, it's halftime, and they've scored 7 points, and you're like, why was I
what happened?
dying the whole time I watched this game?
Yeah.
I was offense. I have not seen an O-line that good since 03. That is a good O-line.
Even the Lindebaum and Tristan Wirfs?
By far better.
Wow.
By far better. I've never seen pass protection.
Are we talking 03? Was it Robert Gallery?
Yes.
Ooh.
And I have not seen pass protection like that since 03. That guy had 3 hours to throw each pass against anything Iowa State brought up against him. Now, the problem, I think, is very simple to fix. It's our wide receivers didn't know that the balls get thrown to them for the last 5 years.
True.
And so they were a little surprised when a national championship quarterback threw an 80-mile-per-hour fastball through their hands. And I get that.
Yeah.
Second problem was they didn't understand how to find the open zone.
True.
They didn't.
Because they used to run block. That's all they do.
Well, they're used to a sack and then punting.
Yeah.
They're not used to a quarterback that extends a play. So they're very confused by this. And no one could get open. Even though they had 15 seconds, I don't believe our wide receivers are not fast. I know they're fast. I know they can get away. They're tiny little fellas. You're telling me we got slow, tiny wide receivers?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So it's a simple.
You got some whites out there.
And special teams suffered too. Special teams had a bad night.
Which is odd.
Well,
really rare.
It is odd and rare, but it's also a new regime, and you followed Cooper DeJean. And you're expected to be amazing like him, and you're going to make silly mistakes
tough.
at the beginning. And that's what Wedgen did. He really fucked us on one punt where he tried to do a big loop around, and then they caught him mid-loop, and then we were down and starting the ball at the 4. So, and but besides that, really, our O-line made their D-line look like little kids.
Your brother that plays right guard, he's a bad mother trucker.
Yeah. The giant ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger giant. A friendly ginger giant. My ginger giant. Yes. Yeah. And he was manhandling boys on that field. So the run game was fine. The pass game would have been fine if we could have gotten a few catches. I think we'll figure that out against UMass. Maybe. We'll find out. If it's not fixed by UMass and we don't have a little bit more offense, then I'm going to be a little bit more worried going into a team that just scored 70 points tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. Listen, I'm going to the Penn State game. I need it to be a night game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need this to be a night game. If this is a Fox noon game, I'm going to be super pissed.
Well, let's look at the schedule. What week is that?
It's October 18th.
Okay, so
week 8.
So we know for sure that USC Notre Dame is 6:30 NBC Peacock.
Yep.
The rest of the schedule looks like dog dick. Washington, Michigan, Texas Tech, Arizona State, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Georgia.
Oklahoma, South Carolina could be a highlight game.
Tennessee, Alabama.
Won't be big.
Ohio State, Wisconsin.
Won't be big.
Nebraska, Minnesota is on Friday. So that's
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you might have it.
We might get it. We need Iowa to win every game.
But on ESPN, ESPN usually how they break their games down. You're in the top 3 parts, so it might be a day game. But I don't know. I'm looking, and it doesn't look like Oklahoma, South Carolina. If South Carolina is worth a fuck in 6 weeks, Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't see
Iowa,
why.
if Iowa can beat Rutgers, beat Wisconsin, and keep it close with Indiana, if they beat Indiana, they'll be ranked by the time they take on Penn State. And Penn State is ranked number 2, but they will be taking on UCLA, win. Oregon might be a loss, but even if they lose to Oregon, they'll just switch to number 4 to number 2. You know, it won't be huge unless they get blown out, which I don't think is going to happen. Then they take on UCLA. Then they take on Northwestern. Then they take on Iowa before their bye week, and then Ohio State.
Oh, it's at Iowa.
That's the game we're going to.
Yeah, that should be a night game because that'll be. For some reason, I was thinking Pitts. So that's y'all's schedule.
Like that be ESPN or ABC night game.
Yeah, because doesn't Iowa, they do, because Fox, so you play at 7 o'clock, Fox, Rutgers, and then the rest of it is, I mean, I don't know, I don't see them, why wouldn't you, if like you said, if Iowa can if they can beat Indiana, Rutgers, UMass, Wisconsin, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't do an Iowa night game with the children and everything else. The hospital, that makes sense. Now, if they're dog water, then it's going to be a day game. But
yes,
because after that, you got your next opportunity to do an Iowa night game. You know, you don't think they'd do a Minnesota night game?
No,
Would
that's
be
usually
Oregon?
like a 3 o'clock game. No, I would think Oregon would be a night game because that's week 11 at Iowa.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. One of the two is going to be a night game, Penn State or Oregon.
At that point, it'll probably be the big noon game, I would think.
Penn State?
Oregon, Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
I would think. When do they? I'm dying to know when they'll come out with the actual time.
Yeah, I don't know why it's TBD still.
Have you seen that Turo app where you can rent cars?
Yeah.
So I looked into it, and I can rent a black and gold Corvette for $500 for 4 days.
That's cool.
Well,
I don't know though. Corvettes suck ass getting out of.
Yeah, that's true. I've never driven one, so.
Oh, I haven't either, but I've sat in a couple and.
Was it comfortable while you sat in there?
Yeah, but you gotta like flop over and lay on the ground. You're gonna ask Naomi to come over there and just fucking pick you up by your shoulders.
I think she'll be doing the driving, to be honest with you.
Oh, then you might be okay.
Yeah. But
we're fighting that steering wheel and shit getting out is just hot dog water.
We're debating that or one of them sporty looking Teslas.
Ooh.
Just because that's some real speed there too. You know. And then you could put it on autopilot.
Or whatever. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you were eating Cheetos or something while you were driving.
Sometimes Cheetos are delicious.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta really lick those fingers clean.
Yeah.
So or we might just take our vehicle. But.
Well, where are you staying? Or is it a turn and burn?
Well, so what we're doing is we're going to Des Moines for 2 nights, and then I agree.
I forgot she was watching. I should have clicked on one of the eyeballs up here. That's my bad.
We've picked up 3 people, and one of them is my girlfriend, who's waiting for me to come to bed. So we've got. And probably 2 people that just accidentally found us. No, so we're going to go
like Phantom Facts, but we're talking sports. Hell yeah!
Well, there's FAN for the fan.
Yeah.
We're going to stay 2 nights in Des Moines and then shoot up Saturday morning to Iowa City.
Oh, okay.
And then spend a night in Iowa City and then come back to Kansas City. So. But we're going to go to like the Capitol building, do a tour of that. I don't know if you've ever seen the Iowa Capitol building.
Nope.
Dude, this building is I'll pull up some images here for you. This building is one of the most beautiful buildings in the United States, I would say. The Iowa Capitol building in Des Moines. Let me pull it up here for you. This thing, I don't understand. You would think DC would be prettier, but I mean, look at this. Look at this building, May. Pull it up right here. Let me
Oh wow.
That's gold on the roof. That's
Yeah.
real gold. And there's these cherry blossom trees that surround it. But what's even cooler is if you look inside of it, the woodwork is out of this world, dude. Look at that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I mean, is that not?
That's really pretty.
And then their library. The library. Look at this, dude.
Oh, cool.
Look at that spiral staircase right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't tell. I'm going to just sort of curious. But yeah, so we'll do a little, look into the mud floods out there.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. And see if we can. They said they'll give a tour to anyone. You just show up, ask for a tour. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and then I will take her to the hollowed ground of Niall Kinnock, and hopefully we'll watch some Niall Kinnock magic happen at night, because that's when he comes out to play. He's a big night game guy.
You guys aren't gonna go tour the hospital?
Tour the children's hospital? What are we going to do? Look at the sick kids?
No, I mean you can't. They don't do a thing where you can go over there and like meet them.
Children's hospital. Hello, we want to tour all the sick kids here. Can you take us to the leukemia section? That's the ones we look for the most. The pale complexion next to the dark background of the stadium really brings out the Hawkeye emblem. No, you sick fuck. We're not going to tour children.
You could go, just give them company, spend time with them. Fucking.
Yeah, because they want the crazy Amish ginger guy coming there to console them.
Put an Iowa jersey on.
I'll just pretend I'm an ex-football player.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, Hussing back in 05.
Yeah.
I was third string practice squad.
Long snapper.
Long snapper. No one can throw a spiral under his ass quicker and faster than I. If coach had put me in back in 05, we would have beat USC.
Yeah.
All right.
Get healthy. You can be a long snapper.
Yes. With our powers combined. I see a lot of people getting ready to start war here with Charlie Kirk. Some assassinations in play, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what
this all happens while Russia is conducting its largest offensive before winter on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
supposedly they found life on Mars too. Yeah.
Send me that clip.
All this came out yesterday. But that's why before we get off, because I don't know if you saw, I just wanted to play you that TikTok and get your thoughts. If I can figure out how to do this right.
Oh, that's fine. Wait for it.
No, I click on it, right? And then... No, wait. How do you do it so easy?
Years of practice. Over 4 years of experience.
No, it just keeps taking me to TikTok.
Well, I mean, you've got it pulled up here.
Yeah, but when I hit play,
I'm gonna spare you from letting everyone see your contacts.
yeah, I appreciate it.
After I blew it up full screen, I thought, well, that's a bad idea. Yeah. Well, you know, we can save it for next show.
Yeah, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on here, so.
Get figured out. All right, buddy. Anything else you want to finish the show off with?
Just
any topics
interesting to
of
see.
TikTok this week that you want me to talk about with people?
Ooh, topics?
Yeah, pick out some topics for me because I'm going to try to do this more on TikTok. But god damn it, it's hard to like, you know, do I just do the sellout and do what everyone else is talking about?
Well, I don't know, because that would have been interesting, though, to done the Charlie Kirk thing that probably everyone did on TikTok. Just because I just think of like the last one that I saw you do with the animal, like, you know, when you had to put Putin down, like the basket cases that came on there, and just like I was like, what the fuck?
Basket cases.
Yeah, some of those people
out there souls.
No,
tell me about their cats.
That one lady that was so drunk and just God bless America, she was a buffoon. Yeah.
There was. Yeah, I forget about those.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I love communicating with other people, nothing brings me more joy than when I get to hang up on them. You know.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Until next time, no scheduled time, no scheduled plan. But remember, Charlie Kirk died because he was a troll on the internet that got big and went to college campuses and trolled college kids, and they shot him for it. So, as a troll of a very small podcast,
Don't shoot us.
well, I mean, you're not the troll, May.
Oh. Okay.
You're not there to tickle people's brains. You know, you're just there to observe and report. My job is to incite a response, which I enjoy. And I usually don't attempt to incite a response unless I know I'm going to have the high ground once engaged. So that's why I enjoy it. And that's why Charlie Kirk enjoyed going to college campuses, is because he knew that he could get a leg up on some of these kids. But even as dumb as they were, he still didn't treat them dumb.
Yeah.
And they killed him for it. So, you know, as they did back in the 1860s, maybe we bring back the old battle cry of freedom. Should we finish with battle cry of freedom?
Yes.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. God, that song. I never heard that song until today. And it just gets my blood going, bro. It really does.
Put on an old uniform and just go start marching.
Well, no, it's not. It's not the Civil War aspect of it. You know, it's more of the. It's the whole idea of what are we really trying to save here? You know, like the Charlie Kirk dying, the people in Minnesota dying. You know, I just feel, dude, like we're at a point now where I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, are we pro-American, and are we going to try to enforce that, or are we going to lose? Are we going to lose it?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it turns for sure. Do you think we lose it? Do you think more people gather the strength to speak their mind and speak up, or do you think this just goes backwards?
That's already That's already happening. The speaking up and changing policy through social media is now a main contributor to most things. I would say probably for the last 2 years, and the first time it's really been fought against was with Epstein. That's the first time the public opinion has been dismissed. And I think that they are going to push this Democrat, Republican bullshit to a point where we just are going to think anyone that is in a mega is the enemy. And then we lose it.
Yeah.
Because the
It's
whole
dangerous.
point, the whole point of Charlie Kirk was that we could talk to each other, whether whether you're Democrat, Republican, and that's when Hitler was talking about that, this two-party system has got to go, and these people will do anything to maintain this two-party system, even if it means killing us and killing the people that are willing to unite. That's what it is. It's they can't get us united.
No.
That's why this gun had anti-trans stuff inscribed on it. It's and how many Republican friends were willing to cut off all communication with people because now listen, I dox people. I have no problem if you're gonna talk shit and celebrate someone getting killed. You get doxxed, bro. That's just life. Like you don't go out there. I've never celebrated the death of any Democrat. And I only celebrated John McCain's death. I can say that with complete honesty. There's only been one person I've celebrated the death of, and that was John McCain, and he was a Republican. So,
And you weren't the only one.
No. Half of the Middle East was grateful he died, but now we got Lindsey Graham. And honestly, it was because of that. Because think about how many people were saved for the 3 years while they transferred power to Lindsey Graham. How many millions of people were saved from that intermission between warlords.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking a good question for TikTok would be: should we give the president unlimited terms, and in return, Congress has to go to 2 terms?
No, I like that. I've heard that brought up before.
Yeah, that would be a fun one too to do. But yeah, I don't know, the whole Charlie Kirk thing. I feel like it's just drawn a line in the sand now, and I think we're going to see. Is it a bad thing if we see someone take a shot at Bill Gates? Is it a bad thing if we see, you know what I mean? This is what happens, right? So they killed Charlie Kirk. This is gang activity, right? Yeah. They killed Charlie Kirk. We got to whack one of theirs. Who we whacking? Like who else is on that list? Who is of equal value. And how is it that the people that are actually fucking over the American people, the corporatists like Bill Gates, only get a pie to their face?
Yes.
30-year-old Charlie Kirk is the one that shot. If anything, we need to educate liberals just a little bit more.
But you can't, because they think they don't need any education. They have it all. They know it all.
I mean, listen to Megas talk about
Yeah.
Israel, dude. Fucking, they're Zionists through and through, you know. And it's those people that are fucking it over for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, guess who bought or is taking over Turning Point USA, owned by Charlie Kirk?
Was it Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, oh, Ben Shapiro. Man, what an acquisition for a Christian-based organization to be bought by that Jew who loves Jesus Christ.
And he was, and because I did see the thing where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get back out there, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna carry on what Charlie was doing and everything else." And I'd be interesting to, I don't know on your Twitter what you've been, but his wife and all like the QAnon like mysterious stuff that she's kind of been, posting and putting out there. Like, I don't know. I've seen that.
I haven't actually, but that's interesting. I'm looking to that actually. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's, something's fishy about it. They didn't catch him right away. He had plenty of security guards there. Someone should have seen something after the shot was taken, or,
So what were your thoughts on like the guy with like the crazy, everyone giving the signals and doing all that kind of,
looked weird.
Yeah, it did, right?
Looked
It looked
weird.
really. And then the one dude, like they were trying to say he could have shot him standing beside him, the guy in the green or whatever blue that was next to him, because the way he acts, like I don't know, it's so weird. Everything is really weird.
And it's fascinating because the people that are happy Charlie Kirk got shot, but no, they can't say it, all talk about how ironic it was.
Yeah.
How ironic.
So do you think he got shot in the chest and it ricocheted, or is it through and through?
I don't know. Looked like through and through to me. I was with a bunch of ex-military dudes when I was watching that part of the video, and yeah, the consensus seemed to be the same. I think you just saw the shock wave as it hit his body ripple his shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is dead. Ben Shapiro isn't replacing him, and the movement for communication is over. So now we're going to see what the algorithm wants us to do. Are we going to develop a little hatred for each other?
That's what they want. That's what the play is now, is to go back to fucking,
Well, if we're being honest, May, like, this government has to be overthrown.
Yeah.
Like Trump, all that shit. Like, you're not going to overthrow it. It needs to be overthrown. It needs to be.
The circle needs to be broken.
And when things are too big to break down, that's when you start seeing assassins. And we called this when it first happened, that this is what we're going to, for the next 20 years or 10 years at least, this is what America is going to be like. It's going to be full of assassins because we're too corrupt, and the people that need stuff aren't getting it.
And it's crazy too, because it's like everyday Joes that are, what I mean? Like, when we think of assassins, you think of the movies and stuff, and some highly trained CIA, whatever. And it could be, obviously, and they just put a patsy in place, as the face. But,
it's at the propaganda to make us believe it's such out of reach to go, hire an assassin, and, like, it's really not.
No.
Like, you just show up at 7 a.m. in front of a building and you take out the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying is like, like he could have been taken out years ago doing this because of how close he allowed everybody to get to him and whatnot. Like, there's the one clip that he goes back and forth with the guy that supposedly shot him, and the dude's wearing a backpack facing him. What stopped him? What could have stopped him from pulling something out right then and there, and shooting him? You know what I mean? It's all just kind of, it's interesting because there was reports.
It happened in Utah of all states.
Yeah,
you know,
because there was reports going out that there was no security, like they were just letting anybody in. Everybody, no nothing, no.
Well, that was his whole gimmick, right? Was like he trusted everyone because it was a respectful interchange. And if you were a dick, you broke the rules of the engagement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whoever went to dick first lost. And that's why Steven Crowder can't do it anymore, is because he's too amped up on roids, and you know, he's got too much personal shit that people can throw against him in a debate. Charlie Kirk didn't have that. And, you know, I disagree with Charlie Kirk. We've talked about, we shared stuff on the show. I don't agree with him. But the fact that he was recognizing that there was a genocide taking place under the guise of Christianity and brought it up to Ben Shapiro. Listen, Ben Shapiro, not a good dude. Not a good dude. Highly litigious, so I'm not going to say more than that. Not a good dude. Not a good Jew, dude.
Because who's the other guy that they were talking about? That was it Zach or Ryan Flutes or
Fuentes?
Nick Fuentes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's going to be.
I don't even know who that is.
The problem, dude, is like how many guys old, you know, and what does this look like? You know, Hitler talked about he had to crush the Marxists, you know, and he's like, you know, you all didn't bitch when I crushed everything else, you know, but I had, you know, I had to do this one too, because, you know, commies are bad. And, you wonder if they're, you know, this is the change to a totalitarian government. And the right wing has won, and we're about to see 21st century fascism in America. You know,
that is a lot of people's take. You're not the first person I've heard in the last 48 hours say that exact thing.
Well, that's the path, right? Because leftism has been defeated, communism has fallen. The redistricting and gerrymandering of district lines will, that should ensure a right-wing takeover. And if they choose to exercise the power like the Democrats did, which I fully expect them to do, that, you know, the Republicans are going to roll these elections, and then and the changes will be nice at first for every you know, just like it was in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Things were really nice, but
it's up to us to benefit a little, try to, when it's nice, to prepare for the back end when it's all hell. But they control if you benefit too. So
heavy abuse of power will come with it, just as it would have come under Kamala, except it now will come under, you know, the thin blue line, and you know, these cops will get off the, you know, in Kansas City, guy killed a dude, chased after him, shot him, cop did, got convicted of murdering him because he chased him down, shot him, even though this kid was trying to get into his own house, and then, or something like that. It was something stupid, and then he got convicted, got put into prison, and then got pardoned after a year and a half or 2 years. You know, stuff like that happens when Republicans roll everything. And it happens to Democrats when Democrats own everything. That's why the Democrat Republican thing, I'm just, you know, I'm making a mental goal to not honor it anymore. I'm not going to call people leftists. I'm not going to call them, you know, libtards. You know, I'm going to challenge their ideas, because to call someone stupid, first of all, it puts them on defense mode, and secondly, you're just making someone hate. You know, the people that listen to us will be like, "Yeah, fuck those libtards." And if you're Christian, that's the wrong response. And if you're a human being that believes humans are special, that's also the wrong response. Ooh, what back setting was that? Was that Memphis?
No, it's Nashville, but I don't know why it keeps coming in and out. I don't have the green screen.
Oh, the green screen helps a lot, bro.
Yeah. Well, I took it down, but I must have it still activated somehow.
Fucking nice to see the wall is almost completely up.
Yeah.
Wasn't it almost completely up last time?
No, like the whole section behind me was not completed.
I mean, I there for the last 3 years.
And then I took the side that's down. I took that off because I have to, whatever. I have to angle it. I have to cut. Whatever.
Oh yeah, you gotta. That's always a bitch when you gotta make it fit.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. We should do this again. This was nice. Nice to see you again. Been a long time.
Yeah.
I missed your face. And we have CS Lark coming on the show in 2 weeks. And then November 1st, we have Damon Dial coming on, ex-military. Worked, was a guard in Germany for, I think, Göring, or I can't remember, some high-end Nazi official back in the 80s. Was there when the Berlin Wall came down. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So he's got a very interesting perspective. Zionist, but I respect him a lot. Wow, look how that works.
It can be done.
Yeah, and you know why people don't do it, May? Is because it's too much work.
Yes, 100%.
It's too much work to like stop your thinking and be like, I probably shouldn't. No, that's too much work.
17-17, 14-7.
Oh, really?
I hope you didn't cash out.
I did not. Let me pull it up. Draft King. What's the score?
K-State and Arizona 17-17, and then UCLA has the ball, but it's about to be halftime. It's 7-14.
Okay. That's a good update right there. Let me check my bets again. A quick little check here. Take a little gander. My bets.
And what was that first song? Like the song with the two guys on the porch singing the CCR song?
All right, I'll find it for you since you asked so nicely. It is. What's my history? It is. Have you ever seen The Rain featuring Matt Quinn of Mountjoy, and the singer we know is Jesse Wells, and it's on his channel, Jesse Wells. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. So cash out is now at $42.90. Cash out is now at $42.90, and I am at 34 points, and I need 20 and a half more. Do I cash out at 44.40?
How many more points do you need?
I need 20.5 and UCLA to win.
Oh man, UCLA almost just scored right there with so you need 20 more points in the Arizona-Kansas State game.
Yep.
Arizona is on the 3-yard line, so they're about to score.
Okay, so that's feeling good. They've tied it up.
Yep.
And we've got a whole quarter of play left, and we're at halftime with New Mexico UCLA.
Yeah, and it looks like UCLA has pulled their head out of their butt.
It does look like they have woken up and realized that this is indeed New Mexico.
Yes. The Lobos. Yeah.
All right, buddy. I'm going to hop off.
Okay, see you, buddy.